In Skyrim, Meridia's champions fight for good. This is a story of...
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
Hello.
I don't know why her hair's so white there.
We got room. I'm just a cook, lass.
Any rumors?
We've got something of a love triangle here in Riverwood. Faendal and Sven, both vying for Camilla's affections.
That all?
All right then.
You in need of a companion, friend? Well, then you're in luck. I reckon I've killed more men than there are minutes in a day. Alright
Maybe
then.
later.
What do you need?
Quest.
Hello. Oh.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Don't mind me, just here on business.
You got some nice
Got
meat
some
hooks
fresh
there.
baked bread and
Makes
good
for a
cheese if you're
damn
after a
good
bite to
punch.
eat.
I'm after any rumors floating about.
Here, take a look at this.
Watch for the mage. Any others?
Here, take a look at this.
Warning to squatters. Okay.
Enjoy your stay, and don't break nothing.
Suspicious elf. Mixwater Mill. Okay.
I think it will be a beautiful day.
I like magic. Maybe I'll enroll in the College of Winterhold. Griffith told me not to talk to strangers.
Griffith's a smart man.
I think so too.
Tell me about Griffith.
He's the nicest, bravest man I've ever met. One time he saved me from 3 monsters.
Monsters, eh?
Yeah, they wear all black and red because their skin is creepy and gross. Griffith says they're playing hide and seek with us. But I want to play with someone new. The monsters play too rough.
Griffith fought off the monsters?
Well, we were headed towards Windhelm when it was getting dark. We made a camp and prepared for bed. I got up to go to the bathroom. That's when the monsters came for me. They're sneaky monsters who like to come out of the dark. So when I saw them, I closed my eyes and screamed as loud as I could. I kept screaming until a hand closed my mouth shut. I was so scared. I thought the monsters got me. But then I heard a whisper, and I knew I was safe because monsters can't talk. I opened my eyes, and it was Griffith.
Okay. Sometimes monsters are real.
Why?
They can be people.
Why?
Why indeed?
Okay, this isn't fun anymore.
Okay. What are you two doing here?
Griffith and I are playing hide and seek.
Okay.
Bye.
You've got the wrong house, stranger. The mill owner lives on the other side of the road. I suggest you leave.
Just wanted to talk.
Sorry, but I'm not looking for company.
I wasn't asking for it.
You certainly have an odd way of showing that, stranger. Do you also ask for meat when you're not thirsty?
The girl.
I'm her guardian. Let's just leave it at that.
I already met Morrigan. She spoke well of you.
Did she? I told her not to talk to strangers. What did she tell you?
People are after you.
The girl's too trusting for her own good. What of it?
The whole arrangement is suspicious.
Hold on. There's no need for that. It's not what you think. The girl is under my protection.
Who's after you?
The Dark Brotherhood. They're after us. Her and me.
I've had that myself.
Then you know how it is. Always looking over your shoulder. Never getting a good night's sleep. Never knowing if it's the last time. The last time to see the sun. Or to taste a ripe apple. Or to get pinched by the girl. Everything has a finale to it. It all feels so tense. So grave. I'd probably lose myself, fall into old habits if the kid weren't depending on me.
Why are you protecting her?
I need a reason to protect a child.
Not really. Not your responsibility?
For now she is. Has to be. She's got no one else. Now, eventually she'll come of age and no longer be the girl she once was. And the only thing connecting her to her past will be me. That's when I'll say goodbye. Not a second before.
Why is the Dark Brotherhood after you?
I killed one of their contracts. Yeah. The Dark Brotherhood aren't just hunting a killer. They're hunting one of their own. Me. It's a long story. Not one I really care to tell. Alright. I see you're not gonna give up until I tell you. As I said, I was once an assassin for the Dark Brotherhood. One of the best they had. Only, murder wasn't enough for me. When a target is marked, a typical assassin kills without question or remorse. The murder is efficient. A transaction. No different than going to the market. Only, I took things a little bit further. I had what you'd call a procedure. I didn't just stalk my targets. I approached them. I even befriended them. I needed to know the man I killed.
You needed to know there's some morality behind each kill?
Maybe. At least that's the way I see it now. Not so much before. The Dark Brotherhood doesn't take sides. When a hunter tracks game for the butcher, it's not his place to ask if the deer deserves it. Yet, for some reason in the back of my mind, I always assumed they did. Some were less guilty than others, but all were guilty of indifference. Everyday people driven to murder, and the average target never gave two symptoms about what they did. Some even relished in it. This attitude, this unfeeling apathy that infects everyone around us, it needed to be purged.
How'd you purge it?
I gained their trust and offered them a drink. The mead was a paralysis poison. Then I bound them and interrogated them until I found it. It was a game. I asked them to name their killer. They always assumed I was talking about me.
And the girl, how does she fit into all this?
One night we received word of a man performing the Black Sacrament in the Rift in Radway. I was to arrange a meeting with him to get information on the target. The man told me of a story of a harlot who had taken everything from him. He wanted her to know the pain and anguish she caused him. Another jilted lover, I thought. Another uncaring woman. My specialty. So I accepted the contract on behalf of the Brotherhood. Tracking her down was easy. She was staying in some old bunkhouse near the Jarl's Keep. She wasn't a harlot. She wasn't even a woman. She was just a girl. Inside her wasn't apathy. It was innocence. The child wasn't even old enough to understand love. At first I thought there was some kind of mistake. Only when I confronted the man, he confirmed her identity. The sick bastard was in love with a child. And so that night, I killed, not for apathy, but for passion, and took the child from Honor Hall.
Why'd you take her if he was dead?
The Dark Brotherhood would eventually try to find her. Once the Black Sacrament has been performed, the mark is eternally cursed by Sithis. The sacrament demands blood, and they will not stop until the blood has been spilled. I've killed so many of my brothers and sisters. Some I even considered friends.
Maybe you can escape the Dark Brotherhood.
It isn't just the Dark Brotherhood. The one who pursues me is Sithis. I broke a tenet, and in doing so, I betrayed him. Now every night, I am left to face his wrath.
Sithis?
Imagine, if you will, a room of complete darkness. You have a torch in your hands, but there's no light to speak of. The entire room is as black and cold as the midnight sky. Now imagine that darkness reaching out to you, embracing you into the very void itself. That's Sithis. Nothingness and everything, all in the same form.
You could adopt the child?
I'll admit I have grown fond of her. Despite all this happened, she can still make me laugh. My time with her has made me rethink my purpose in life. Perhaps I wasn't meant to be a killer after all. She even has the same dark hair and pale skin like me. She'd pass as my real daughter. But what kind of father could I possibly be?
Good one.
Maybe you're right. But there will come a time when it's safer for us to be apart. I killed one of their contracts.
Okay.
Goodbye. Yeah.
Well met. Well, I know he doesn't sleep much. I think he has bad dreams or something. He also doesn't like to talk much. I only ever see him talk to me or the innkeepers, and even then he doesn't say much. I think he might be a little shy. Hey, why don't you try talking to him? You're really nice, so he might like talking to you. Yeah, go talk to him. I bet you two would make great friends. Alright.
I don't think they got anything else.
Yes. Take care.
Oh, I might as well ask.
Yeah.
Any advice?
Kill every nobleman you see. May you be dead 10 minutes before Sithis knows it.
Okay.
Shadow hide you.
The quest isn't there. Where's Sora? Oh, there she is.
Incoming. Sometimes. Caves are like skooma to an adventure. Sweet, addictive, and deadly.
That way. Suppose we might as well ride.
Sometimes. Don't get hit.
Yes? Wow, that was a frightening experience. The Nords should really consider burning their dead. Although granted it would make opening urns a lot more harrowing.
The skeleton surprise you?
Oh, I'm fine. Don't worry, that's not blood on my face,
Am
it's
I
makeup.
embarrassing you?
No, I'm sorry.
fine then.
War paint.
I don't really like
Doesn't
you,
help
and
much
you're
in
a terrible
actual
friend.
war though, but you
Terrible.
did great.
I'm
That's
not
why
glad
you
I'm
get
here.
first shot
At
at
all.
rubbing these graves.
Well, they do put the gold in the coffins.
Yes, the markets in Sovngarde must be awfully expensive given how desperate they are to take their possessions with them.
What's your name?
The name's Ramarin, professional adventurer, bladebinder, and grave robber.
Blade binder.
It's right there in the word. I summon and bind blades and weapons from oblivion. I was always good with the sword and bow and always too lazy to carry them. Learning how to conjure the weapons I need solved that dilemma.
Alright. You picked up conjuring weapons just like that?
That's where the knife ears come in handy. Or was it crocodile lips? Toad skin? I can never forget these infernal nicknames the humans give us. What I'm trying to say is that high elves are born with an affinity for magic. A head start, if you will, in the skill of hand-wagoning.
You know any magic besides conjuring weapons?
Ever seen an elf juggle 3 axes while conjuring a 4th? Tie a cherry stem into a knot with their tongue? Now that's magic. Now, if you mean spells and things, that I'm afraid requires more than being born with your ears pointed skyward. That requires, studying.
Yeah, do you have an opinion on the Thelma?
I do. They're tall, punctual, and have good posture.
Yeah, the invasions are always on time.
Yes, but so is the Empire. The Stormcloaks are the only ones who come late to the party. But what they lack in punctuality, they make up for with surliness.
Where you headed now?
Oh, I have a friend who works the stables at Windhelm. That's where I'm staying for the time being. I normally travel alone, but that's because I'm insufferable. If by chance you're willing to overlook that, I might make for a good companion.
College mage?
Not quite. These are actually a cheap imitation, woven and enchanted to look like their more esteemed counterpart. The point is to convince naive patrons the enchantments were performed by a master. They are not.
If you know it's a gimmick, why buy them for yourself?
Well, consider the fact that bandits are twice as naive as the average customer looks. Thus, one ruse leads to another. Not that these robes are only good for conjuring a story. The enchantment is far from spectacular, but on occasion it does help me conserve magicka.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with bound armor spells, and I've yet to find a book on the subject in my travels across Skyrim.
Follow me?
No, you already have someone. I don't want to be a third wheel.
Third wheel, eh?
Alright then.
He'd probably be more like a sixth wheel. Okay, can we get in here? Right. Well, we can't recruit him. Yet. Well, I suppose I could with AFT, but... not yet.